£15 million or dollars, depending on what you believe. And wow, oh wow, that's some price to pay for that performance. Conor Benn versus Regis Prograis was an interesting fight, I think it's fair to say. Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports. Here myself, Charlie. A reminder before the video starts, please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. Yes, Conor Benn's fight with Regis Prograis. Where do you even begin with that? I mean, Prograis, 37, evidently smaller, evidently injured, I think it's fair to say. By the sound of it, from what they're saying coming out of his camp, he was carrying not one knot, not two knots, but about 4 different injuries. Hands, back, ribs, leg, clearly, from the way he was stood. And still, Conor Benn struggled to put him away. I mean, listen, I've been critical of Conor Benn on my channel before as a boxing fan. There is all this stuff surrounding the drugs tests. And I must say, I don't think the optics are great that since he did get pinged on the VADA drugs test, he hasn't knocked anyone out. You know, I know he had Eubank in trouble in their fight, but that was probably down to the weight differential as well and the weight draining. I don't know. I do think, though, it's quite something to see. Again, Prograis, I thought at times outworked him on the inside. And as much as it is an element of showmanship, the shaking of the head and everything else from Prograis, he clearly wasn't hurt by Benn. You know, this is a guy who realistically, and no disrespect to Regis Prograis, because he's been there and danced the dance with many, Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall, Devin Haney. He's been in and around the top level of that super lightweight division for a long, long time. But Conor Benn should have got him out of there last night. And any top welterweight worth their salt. I mean, what do you think Devin Haney would have done? I know he's fought him before. What would he have done last night? I think he'd have beat Regis Prograis. Even like a guy like Brian Norman, I think would have beat Regis Prograis quite convincingly last night. There's levels to this game in boxing, and unfortunately, I think Conor Benn, we don't know his level, but I don't think it's world level. You know, the Ryan Garcia call out, yeah, it'll be great, it'll sell tickets, it'll be huge. I mean, listen, I don't think they know what they're getting. Obviously, he did the Shakur call out as well. The problem is with him is every time, and people know this, and fighters and promoters know this, his name will sell it. People will watch. I will watch because there's a camp that really like him. There's a camp that don't like him and want to see him get beat. But we'll all watch. His name is huge in terms of what it represents, the Benn name. And every time he performs, you're sat looking and going, this guy is not that great. But you know what? Promoters will still want him. And fighters will still want him because they know his name value is huge and going to line their pockets. And that's the beauty he has. If he could still keep beating these washed up, smaller guys, then he's quids in. It won't matter how badly he performs. I mean, it was poor last night. A lot of head clashes. It was clear as well Benn hadn't got to grips with the southpaw. And I know he said afterwards, I know like southpaws. They're not easy to fight, southpaws. But there was basics. You know, the foot. David Hay, one of his few good bits of commentary, pointed it out. Prograis always had his foot on the outside. It's a known fact in boxing in terms of southpaws that you have to get your feet on the. It's a battle of the front foot every time, and you know, it's a problem that you would learn if you were an amateur if you had those fundamentals. He doesn't have those fundamentals. I mean, Eddie Hearn must have been sat there chuckling to himself and thinking, "Wow, how well I have done here because I managed to get myself out of this contract with this guy. They've paid 15 million and he's done that." But like I say, they will still be fighters who want to fight him. Haney, Shakur, Crocker, Garcia, they will all want to fight him. You can guarantee Catterall Gyasov, the winner of that on May 23rd, they will want to fight him. Like, he's in that privileged position now. But the actual performance was dreadful. But his name sells. I think, though, he knows, and I think anyone who's involved in him knows, time is ticking. Because I think if he faces any of them guys, his time as at the top will be slowly, will go. Because people will realise the hype is over. It's just a race for whoever can get that payday first, to be honest with you. Like I say, I'd love to see a bit with Lewis Crocker. I really like Lewis Crocker, and I'd love to see a bit of a Battle of Britain, especially for Crocker, because I think he deserves that. Listen, the Garcia fight sells. It would sell online. It would sell to maybe more casual fans. I don't like that term. More eyes on boxing, the better. But Haney, stick well clear of. He'd make you look a fool. I think, you know, the one thing with the Garcia fight is there is that hope you could land one on him because he can be quite open. Garcia, he's not an amazing boxer himself, although he did look very good against Mario Barrios, it should be said. I think it will be the Garcia fight. I think that's a fight they want to make. Where it is, who knows? I mean, it'd do a stadium over here because I think people would pay to watch that. But I think it will probably be in Vegas or Saudi. But yeah, time is ticking, I think, on this Conor Benn hype. And it'll be very interesting to see where they go. As always, guys, let us know what you think. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated. As a try become a one-man sports news bandwagon. As always, have a great day.